Hey guys, it's Justine, and I just got back from WWDC in Cupertino. This was such an exciting event this year. I would say it's actually almost on par with last year when they announced Vision Pro. All of the news in this keynote was so jam-packed with info that I'm still kind of diving into the details of everything. Now, I did get a chance to interview Tim Cook, so be sure to check that video out after this. It was so much fun. Apple Intelligence was for sure the highlight, since this is the first time that Apple has really even said AI in any keynote. Even though most of the tech that we have been using forever is technically machine learning, they really went all in and turned AI into, in classic Apple fashion, their very own Apple Intelligence that will run on device. It'll also be elevating Siri in an all-new way to interact and actually take action in apps. Tim called this the next big step for Apple, and I agree that they are officially stepping into this all-new AI era. They made it very clear during the keynote that this is less about artificial intelligence and more about personal intelligence. Apple wants to build something that is focused on understanding you personally as the user and tailoring these experiences to you with personal context. So some of these new features include a new set of system-wide writing tools, integrated image generation in Messages, Pages, Notepad, and other places that you can create content. Plus, there will be new ways to prioritize and organize notifications with the ability to pull out the most important information in those long group texts. Finally. These features will roll out slowly at first, but we're going to see some big changes to the whole Apple experience. And these features are only going to get more powerful and faster over time. Our sweet, sweet friend Siri will also be now powered by Apple Intelligence. Siri results will be more natural, relevant, and personal than ever before. You'll be able to speak more naturally to her, and she'll have conversational context, so it'll actually remember what you're talking about over multiple questions. Something else that's really cool is you can now type to Siri. There have been so many times where I've not wanted to actually speak out loud to Siri, so now that we have this as an option, this is going to be such a cool update. She's also getting a new animation that replaces the floating orb at the bottom of the screen with this cool one that goes around the edge of the entire screen. Now, I've loved playing around with generative AI over the last few years, and Apple is integrating this in a few fun different ways. Genmoji is going to let you create your own custom emojis. You just describe what you want and it'll magically appear. And you can guarantee that there's going to be some restrictions on the types of things that you can create, so I do look forward to seeing people try to push the boundaries of that. You'll also be able to generate an emoji of a person based on a photo right inside of iMessage. This is really fun. It'll actually take their picture and you can say, make a picture of Jenna at a birthday party or something similar to that or whatever, and it'll create it right there and you can send it along. I didn't get a chance to see any of these features yet. I feel like this is going to be something that they're going to be saving more towards the iPhone launch, so I'm looking forward to checking that out when it's actually ready. There's also some new writing tools powered by Apple Intelligence that will let you rewrite with different moods or styles. You can instantly proofread, and it will let you do smart replies within the Mail app. And speaking of the Mail app, you can now get smart email summaries that tell you the context of the email at a glance. Emails are also now automatically organized into a priority inbox. I'm also curious to hear from you guys, do you actually use the Mail app? Because I pretty much just go to like gmail.com and use that. Another big update is coming to the Photos app with Apple Intelligence. This is something that I was really hoping for because I can never find what I'm looking for in almost my 200,000 pieces of content on my phone. You'll be able to search using natural language, and there's a new filter tool so you can choose what you want to see, like filtering out screenshots. You'll also be able to even search for a specific moment inside of videos, which is pretty exciting. Now, for photo editing, you can use the cleanup tool to remove unwanted objects from photos right within the Photo app. Now, the most controversial announcement within the Apple Intelligence was the integration of OpenAI's ChatGPT into Siri. There was a lot of misconception thanks to Elon raging on Twitter, or X, saying that he was going to ban all Apple devices from his companies if OpenAI was integrated at the OS level. Then he followed up saying that Apple wasn't smart enough to actually make their own AI. Well, he clearly didn't watch the keynote because Apple did actually make their own AI, and that's exactly what Apple Intelligence is. And OpenAI is in fact not being integrated into the OS as he claims. You fully have the option to use ChatGPT or not. They make it very clear when you are leaving the Apple ecosystem, and even ChatGPT replies are marked to check for inaccuracies. I do think it's fair to ask questions and be skeptical when it comes to AI, because one of the things that I have found is I tend to think that everything that AI is saying is true, when a lot of the times using these chatbots, it's definitely not 100% accurate. So don't rely on everything that it tells you. We are still in the early early days of this, so it really is only going to get better. Now, most of Apple Intelligence is all done on device and doesn't leave your phone unless it's needed for more processing power. In this case, it'll be going to Apple's new private cloud compute platform. Now, Apple felt that the traditional cloud service security model wasn't secure enough, so they are now bringing this new industry-leading device security model to the cloud. I was reading over some of the deep dive that they have online, and I definitely recommend checking it out. It is a ton of information, and I don't even think that I could sum it all up here in just this quick recap video. But let me know if you guys have any questions, and I will see what I can do to answer those for you. Moving on to something that we've all been waiting for more info on, iOS 18. Now, one of the coolest updates is that we can now place icons and widgets anywhere on the home screen without being restricted from starting from the top to the left corner. There's a new system-wide control to change app icon colors, so you can choose your own color or a tint to match your background. And they even have a new look for the dark mode icons as well. In addition to the home screen updates, we also have a really cool update to the Control Center, which gives you more options and more customization of what's inside Control Center. And now we can even change the control buttons on the lock screen. So instead of just the flashlight and the camera, you can change them to whatever you want. But honestly, those are pretty much mostly what I'm searching for when I'm in a panic, so I will be leaving those right where they are. And for all of us who chat with Android users, RCS support has finally come to iMessage. This means better communication with our Android friends with features like cross-platform emoji reactions, read receipts, and real-time typing indicators. Speaking of messages, there are more awesome updates here as well. Tapback has been redesigned and now supports using any emoji. They even updated them to be more colorful as well. So if you're in a group chat, it will separate the tapbacks so you can see who posted what, and it'll appear at the top of your screen with their emoji and their name and photo under it. You can also now schedule messages to be sent at a later time. They've added text formatting to messages and a set of brand new text effects that you can use on single words or phrases inside of messages. Texting just keeps getting crazier and out of control, and I am so here for it. Now, we talked a little bit about photos and AI, but this update is so nice. Apple has called this the biggest redesign ever to the Photos app, and I definitely agree. There's this new view which puts your grid up top, and then below that, the photos are automatically sorted into what they're calling sections. Now, these sections can filter out unwanted images like screenshots or photos of receipts, and it just leaves the photos that you want to see. I did install the first iOS 18 developer beta, so I have been checking out all of this, so I cannot wait when I can actually show it to you. There are also some security updates. You can now lock individual apps using Face ID, as well as being able to hide certain apps and control which of your contacts apps are able to access. Now, I definitely have some things to say about this, but I am just going to keep them to myself. Of course, it's not all about iPhone. All of Apple's major platforms are also getting upgraded as well. Vision OS is bringing some new updates to how you create and view spatial photos. So it'll basically be taking data from your older photos and turning them into 3D, which is really cool. There'll be some new gesture controls, and now there'll be train support in travel mode. There'll be some updates to spatial video and immersive video as well, and they are bringing VP to some new countries and regions beginning June 28th. There's some updates to audio and home, so they're bringing some new features to AirPods like voiceless interactions with Siri, so you can now nod your head or shake your head no, and you can interact with queries. So you no longer have to say no or yes, you can just nod your head. There's a new voice isolation to remove background noise during calls, and the addition of personalized spatial audio in gaming. Now, in Apple TV, a new feature called Insight will display useful info on the screen in real time, like the names of actors or what song is playing in the background of a scene. watchOS also got some new updates, like new training load insights, new ways to personalize and track goals, updates to the Smart Stack with new widgets and live activities. And on top of all of that, there's a brand new app called Vitals, which brings the most important health metrics from multiple apps and services and puts them all in one place to see at a glance. In iPadOS, we're getting all of the new home screen options that we're getting in iOS, along with some other updated improvements like a new customizable tab bar within apps for better navigation, updates to screen sharing, more responsive animations across apps, and the big update here is the Calculator app is coming to iPad with a massive update that takes math to a whole new level. They showed us a demo of Math Notes, which is so awesome. You can write complex formulas in the Math Notes app or in the Notes app and just hit equal, and it'll automatically do that scratch math right there in your own handwriting. This is gonna be so awesome to see in action. Just watching the demo was kind of mind-blowing. I am not someone who is good at math, so I do feel like I might need to find a math expert to help me really test this out. And of course, we can't forget about macOS, which this year they are calling macOS Sequoia. I was kind of like hoping, fingers crossed, that they were gonna call it Mammoth, but it's okay. We have other macOS updates in the future. One of my favorite things that they announced is continuity that lets you mirror your iPhone on your Mac and just control it how you normally would. You can receive your phone notifications on your Mac now, you can move photos to and from devices super easily, and your actual phone stays locked and secure the whole time. More updates for macOS include automatic tiling for app windows to help you stay organized, presenter preview and background replacement for video calling, and an all-new passwords app, plus big updates for gaming that will bring even more advanced titles to the Mac. There is still so much more to digest from this event, and I'm so excited for what's to come later this year. Let me know what your favorite thing was that they announced, and is there something that you wish that they would have announced and didn't? Leave it in the comments below, and I will see you guys in my next video. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, like, and comment, and don't forget to hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!